Hello and welcome to your weekly dose of Capsule Machina. And today what we're going to do is work on a Toppo and specifically making ourselves a intake. I mentioned in previous videos about this little bad boy here. Did a little quickie repair just to kind of create that funnel cap. But fortunately for this situation, in order to create one, it's real easy. U to a straight into a coupler that connects to a piece that I bought. I think this is for a Sylvia, some type of Nissan. And I was able to find a coupler to meet that up. Previous video I talked about just putting the cap onto that, capping that off, so it should fit right there. After getting this all situated, I'll have to figure out a bracing for it, something like that, how like the stock ones used. So we should be able to do this. I'll have to remove all this. I'll leave this thing though, because it feeds cold air from in here into the intake. Take this off. You know, the reason why they do all this is just to reduce the noise. Really all we need is the U into the straight right into the filter. I think what I'm going to have to do is trim this a little bit so that way it meets up and it gives us a little bit more distance here, because even then I'm cutting it kind of close. I measured it up and I should have measured the inside diameter versus this, but I'm able to stretch it over, so it'll be fine. So something to think about. I mean, look at how things are set up. I think Nick, well, I know Nick and Mindy, Nick from Way Before the Fame and Mindy from Mindy Imports, they are able to kind of do this. Different layouts, different engine setups. They were able to kind of just put a mushroom onto the intake. I wanted to kind of keep it as stock-ish possible. Plus, I don't have the room on this thing because of the battery. But you want to ideally get cold air to it, not hot engine air. So that's why I'm leaving this in here, because there's a reason why it was developed this way, you know. And who am I? I'm not an engineer. So I'm going to start removing all this stuff, and then we're going to get back to kind of sizing everything up and putting it where it needs to go. Looks like all I'm really going to need are maybe a 10, a Phillips. Yeah, just a 10 millimeter and a Phillips, just to switch it up in case I want to. But yeah, I'll put you on time lapse. Okay, this is how I have it mocked up. No clamps yet. I just want to see how it fits. I mean, it fits there. I feel like it's hitting this. This is the cold air part of it. It's pushing it that way. But then again, I can put that bracket that I have and pull this over a bit, and it should hold it pretty steady and away from random things. I didn't take this into consideration, but looks like I could probably tap it off or cap it off. Should be fine. I'm gonna give it a start, so we'll see what it sounds like. I mean, the way it is. Oh, you can hear it. But I might have to, there is some vacuum here. Maybe I can put a breather on there. Should be all right. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do with this is I'll leave it capped, and then I'll get a breather and just attach a breather to this end of it. Clamp. I think I'll just remove this because I feel like it's just in the way. And then I'll run a brace from this to that. And clamp. We should be golden. Let me see if I can close the hood. I think we're fine. Now I might get roasted in comments about blah, blah, blah. You know, just get a real one. Blah, blah, blah. This is what we used to do back in them days, back in the 90s. You don't have a kit set up for your car, so you make do with what you have. It's typically some generic brand filter, and you make it work, because in all reality, all it really is a filter and pipes, right? Couplers and clamps. Yes, there's some science and technology with the super cool ones, but trying to find one for this car, and then now with all the issues we're having with tariffs and all that, it'll be well over 150 bucks for a filter that I already have. Some piping, which I got from Amazon. This was $13, 16 bucks, $8, and I had this from All Things JDM. Put some tape on it to make it look somewhat reasonable. Clamps kind of came with everything. You know, why try and reinvent the wheel when I made do with an awesome one here? I can even wrap this in that heat resistant tape to make it look, whoa man, it's like from freaking NASA or something. Because I mean, that is a Blitz. I mean, it's a legit Blitz filter. But I'll get off my high horse. You can do this too. Just look at how your intake is set up. I mean, if you're lucky enough, I think the Jimneys are kind of that way. You can just stick something there. Albeit that you will be getting some hot air. There's adapters and things like that. Use your geometry. Use that high school math, you know, kind of measure things up, visualize it. And then you can make something like this for a fraction of the price. So I'm gonna button this thing up and see how it goes. I'm gonna get that bracket. I think I have the bracket that it came with, that I can make it. I can make this work. I can probably make this work. I'll have to twist it. Yeah, I'll make this work. Just nothing that a little hammer persuasion can't figure out. And then, like I said, I'll get a breather for this, but in the meantime, I can cap it. Well, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon with it, just because I'm waiting for suspension. So, that's a little quick one for you. I'm going to give you a shot when it's all buttoned up. Well, there you have it. Have it all situated. Made the bracket. This bracket actually came from the whole setup. I just used a mallet to straighten it out, and then the vise and some pair of vice grips to twist that bracket Then drilled a hole right down there, and had it set up. Used the clamps that came with that coupler there, and then I used some other clamps I had just to fix the U. Gotta kind of keep an eye on down in there. It was hitting the coil before I tightened it all up. Right now that hose right there with the cushioning is keeping it up, so I'll just keep an eye on it. I ordered a breather that's going to go down in there. Should be here in a couple days, but there you go. I mean, just take a look at what you have going on if you want to make your own little intake. This was a hell of a lot cheaper than ordering whatever brand was out there, considering now we have the tariffs that add extra cost to the overall part that we get from Japan. I already had this. It's broken. I just fixed it as best I could. I mean, it's sucking in, it's filtering air. It's nothing crazy. And I got it for really, really cheap. And then what, 13, 14 bucks for that for coupler, 16 bucks for the aluminum pipe, another 13, 14 bucks for that coupler, and then some clamps I had laying around. And it sounds pretty freaking gnarly. It sounds like raspy, like an intake, legit. Coupled with the Blitz exhaust, it sounds cool. I wonder what it sounds like on the ground. I can't wait to get this lowered with struts that are not blown, and then I can open that thing up and get that situated. Waiting for the left one to arrive. Shipping, what are you gonna do? But yeah, think about it, and it's just a matter of like taking that chance and doing it, Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. You can roast me in the comments. I don't care. I'm gonna delete them anyways. Remember to like, subscribe, and all that kind of good stuff. Till the next one. Thank you.